Hi everyone, sorry about that glare there. So today we're going to try out this Swiftrans tool that I recently picked up on Amazon. It's a plastic snap plier basically, and it actually sets metal ones too, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. So if I have any links for these items in the description box, those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So recently I used this guy, I'll link that video too. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, again it's $24.99 just for the tool. Unless you find it on sale, which they usually don't do at Hobby Lobby at least. You'll probably find it at Joann's or somewhere else. It's a much better price on Amazon. I'll have that link for you guys. But this one is a plastic snap pliers. So it does come with a couple different heads with some replacement things, and then it comes with a little awl to make your hole. But that's all it sets, right? So, I mean, maybe there's some way to rig it in a different way that'll do something else for you, but basically that's what it does. And I've already tried it out and it worked really well. And this is just hand power. You're just going to squeeze like that when you put the punch, right? And this one, slightly different mechanism. This kit comes with a ton of snaps, and all the ones down here, as we saw in the, well, it's here in the unboxing. I did a little quick kind of unboxing the other day. Depends when you saw the video, I guess. It has different shapes. So in here there's like star shapes with the circular shapes. This one also has heart shapes and like these lighter colors. So super cute. Maybe we'll use one of those today just to try out something different. I think these are all circular, so however you want to use them, but you can see tons of colors. And it does come with some metal ones, the metal snaps also with the metal grommets, because you can change out the heads, the different types to accommodate for that. Now, it comes with a screwdriver, it comes with an awl, again, because you have to poke a hole. Depending on what you're using. I like to do paper crafts, so, you know, I generally would do that. But I don't really know what I want to make today out of paper, so I'm going to probably make a little felt needle holder, because I do sometimes need needles for this or that. Or maybe a pin holder, so we'll make a quick little project so that I can add a clasp to it, basically. It has these heads, so really clearly drawn out here to show you exactly what it looks like, but what I like is that it tells you, okay, number 5 is T3, T5 button press head, T8 button press head, 203 button press head. So there's these guys that are covered in plastic. With the Dritz one, I had to put that together, but here they already come ready to go. There is one loaded on here, but then you have these two other ones that already have the plastic loaded, that rubber piece, they're ready to go. A T3 base, T5 whatever base, T8 base. Okay, so those are here. Those are these two, plus one is already again loaded in. The ones that are loaded in are the ones that you want for plastic snaps, which is perfect for me because that's what I wanted this for. So it's already loaded, but if you want to check, you can open these up or get them out, and they're actually etched on there. So it says P3, so you know exactly what this one is, you know. It's etched on there, and then the other one does say T8, or P8, sorry. P8. So that's really, oh, I was going to lose that. Nice, because you don't have to guess or like, oh, well, the sizing, because it doesn't really give you sizing. Well, these are the sizings, but it doesn't say like, you know, 2mm or whatever. Replacement press button head, which is E, which is one of these parts here, so they give you another one, which is great. And then this guy, so I guess those go together in conjunction, as you can see here. And then replacement punch head. So these are punch heads. Like this one, I don't know, maybe for paper that'll actually make a hole for you, because like, you know, I'd rather use the awl, to be honest. This is the punch head, and the reason I'm showing it to you is because it seems very rounded. Like, I don't think that's going to actually cut through anything. I mean, how, unless it's just the sheer force of pinching it that cuts or pops through your fabric or paper, I don't think that's going to do much. So I don't really care about that, to be honest. That's just extra. In my opinion. So here it talks about the punches and how you make your hole with the awl. You place the little pieces and then you kind of give it a snap, and we'll talk about that because this isn't super, doesn't really tell you like, oh, right side and wrong side and where you want to do that. So this is what I was talking about, that punch head. It still looks a little flat there too, but supposedly it's enough to punch through your material. I don't know. Maybe it's the receiving end that has like something that makes it sharper. I don't know. And then talking about, you know, how to make your eyelet and then how to do the snap side. So it does have eyelets, it does have snaps, or I call them grommets, but eyelets and snaps. So those are two separate things. So it's cool. I mean, it gives you more versatility, right? Because of it has, you're able to do the metal and the plastic ones with this one guy. And this is the tool. Now, when I first unboxed it, I went like this and it went real bad, and I told you guys I was going to put WD-40. I did not use WD-40 because I have stuff like this when I work on my little antique typewriters. You're not really supposed to oil them, but some of them really need it. This stuff is synthetic lubricant. Of course, you don't need this. Obviously, you don't want to buy this just to make this not make a noise. You can also put cuticle oil in there, and what I did was I just took it, or WD-40, of course. I popped it in this bottom part here because it sounded like the noise was coming from here because it has like a little spout. And it was kind of helping, but not really. So I put some up here, just in this area. I just kind of went like that and just let it work in. And then I put some right down in here. And now you can hear it's quiet. So that's where the squeak was coming from. Like, I think it was actually from down in this area because you see how this screw holds this, and it was going real bad. Okay, so now we're ready to go. So this is very easy. It feels very easy. The other one, the Prim Dritz one was, or Dritz, I always call it Prim Dritz. That's what the company's name used to be. Is very sturdy. Okay, so you do need a lot of power. This one, people are asking if I can put it on the table to punch. You probably can, so you have to be careful. Obviously, you're going to put your item in here or this way. I think I would do it the other way, but it has flat surfaces, so if you really wanted to put it down to push against the table or to use both of your arms, I think you could do that. It seems like it would go this way, though. So, you know, that's just a different way of doing it. So I'm going to grab some felt. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just make a little felt needle pouch or something, or holder, and organizer, and I'll be right back. So I just brought out some felt. I'm going to use a really soft felt for the actual case, the cover, and then on the inside I'm going to put this to hold the actual needles, and this one's more of a firm felt just because I only have black felt that's firm. Otherwise I would use soft felt too. And what I'm going to do, I think, is make it a fun shape. Just something quick and easy. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. If I do that and then just fold it in half, right, so it looks like a little book. And then what can I layer on the inside, like how big? Oh yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna run these through my die cutting machine, and I'm gonna take this one and run that through. And let me cut this down a little bit. I always like to get the best use of fabric or paper. I think this was the better sizing, but you can put it this way if you think that's better, of course. And I'm going to trim that off. It's just sticking to this guy. And then I'll trim this one down too. Now I could just measure this and cut it down, but if you have a die, you might as well do that, right? So it'll just cut it down for you really nice. Just like that. So I'm going to run both of these through, and I will be right back. So I also realized I need something to close it with, so I just grabbed this little banner die. I thought it was cute. And that'll be my little latch, because this isn't going to be a thick project. It's just what it is. So we have our pieces here. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So we're going to have this guy and this little guy on the inside. Now, what I'm going to do is just sew this up the middle. I can do it by hand. I'll probably put it on my machine. Not what this video is about, so I don't really care to do that right now. You can also just put some hot glue and hot glue that. And you have your little book that's going to hold your little needles, right? So I'll do that later. So I'm not really worried about this part. We can sew that in. Let me actually turn on... Actually, I don't need to do that yet. Okay, so if this is just half like this, what I want to do is have a little latch here, and then this is just going to glue onto the back. So I'll probably glue it there, and literally just have a snap that goes here. And that's it. On the back it'll be glued down. I could sew it down, however is it you want to put that down. So I need this, and I'm gonna let this open up. And where do I want to put my little snap? Like right here. Seems good right there. Now this is a self-healing mat. I don't really want to poke into it, but I'm going to poke into it right now. And there's our little hole, right? So let me grab, should I do this one? Light pink, pink. Let me see. We'll use this one. So when we open up our little packages, we need a couple different things. And the pictures there are okay, but they're not like the greatest pictures. You're gonna need a flat one, right, for the backside, unless you want them both to be decorative. You're just gonna waste the heart, in my opinion. So I'm gonna take a heart one and a circular one. And then these guys, you're gonna look in here, you need two different pieces. You're gonna need the piece that looks like this. It has like the little portion that's sticking out, protruding, and then this portion that's going to receive that, right? If I snap it right now, they're gonna stay together. So I don't wanna do that, but they're different, as you can see. Just gonna hold that for you. Just see how different they are, but you definitely one that sticks out, and then the other one that's gonna receive it. Okay, and then all we need from now is this, I think. At this point, let's see here. Now, since this is felt, if I remove this, it's probably not going to be very visible anymore. So I'm going to keep the little all in there until I'm ready. Basically, this pretty portion is going to go in the back. So, well, you can still see it, the little hole there. And I just eyeballed this, so I might be off center, which is fine. I'll pop that up right there, because that's going to be visible, right? And when you open it, when you open the book. On this other side, you're going to choose which one do you want. You want the little pokey end or the little receiver end. It doesn't matter, but either way, that little rounded piece needs to stick up. On the other one, where it's recessed, that needs to go the opposite way, okay? But it basically is like this. So this piece is up, and that snap can snap into it, okay? Hopefully. I'm just trying to show you guys in different ways so when you get at home, you see exactly what we're doing. And then that silver part is, and remember this is already loaded up with the right head, is going to hold the bottom of this guy. Oh, I'm squeezing it already. And then that guy. Just want to make sure I have this right. That looks good. This looks off center, so I'm just trying to see what I'm doing here. Okay. I'm holding it in my hand to push it. That didn't take a lot of pressure, but I'm not sure if it, yeah, it did it. That did not take a lot of pressure at all. It's on there. And what's happening is that little pokey area, this little pokey piece that's sticking up, is getting smashed. So now it looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like a little mushroom, almost like the top of a mushroom. It's just pushed in. So that's what's holding this together. And that's how that works. Okay, now this guy, we're going to take our pretty side on the right side of your fabric. So whatever it is that you want showing, what side, that's where you want that pretty little topper, right? Oh, that's cute, actually. A little sideways like this. I think that's what I'll do. And again, I eyeballed it, so as you can see, it's a little bit off, right? Oh, maybe like that. I don't know. Cute. Let's do it like that. Okay, and now I'm going to take the other side. That little pot, like where it looks like it's popped up, the side that's pushed in needs to be showing. So the portion goes down. That little hole, like this whole area, needs to be showing because that's what's going to cook into there, right? And we're going to do the same thing again. I just want to check something. Okay, I was gonna say it felt a little bit loose, so just screw this. You can unscrew this. That's how you change out the heads. Just make sure that's on there nice and screwed in, basically. And all we're going to do is take that and pop that in there. Pop that little guy. I will push it against the table just to see how that works if you need to have two hands. But I don't know, this thing works really, really well. Like for as much pressure as you put on it, it's doing the job, which is very interesting. The Dritz one, like you can feel that you didn't push it hard enough, you know? This one, it feels like I'm doing nothing. And then it did its job, so very good. Now that's their snap. Oh my goodness, you guys, how cute. I just want to see like how firm this is, like to open it up if I had this. Again, this is felt. I don't want to hurt it. You know why? Because I need it to be anchored down, you know? I'm scared to pop it open. But there's that. And then if it was anchored down, go to open it. Ooh. Okay. I'm just afraid to do it. Wow. There it is. All right. As far as ease of use, this one feels very, very easy. Like, honestly, it doesn't feel like I'm doing much pressure, and it just does the job. The Dritz one, I felt like I had to really you know, squeeze it to get the job done. So if that helps you guys out with any info as far as that, as far as like the ergonomic feel of it too. So, all right guys, well, I'll have links for you. I'm going to finish up my little project, and all that I'm going to do is just sew in this piece right here, just right down the center, like right here. I'm just going to sew that, and that will be my little guy. And then this guy, I'm just going to glue it in place. So obviously I'm going to pop that back on, and I'm just going to hot glue, because why not? But I could also just sew that on too. However it is I end up doing that. And I made like a little holder for some needles. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.